Right, everyone, let's make a start. Over the past few sessions, we've been considering the reason why some world languages are in decline. And today, I'm going to introduce another factor that affects languages and the speakers of those languages, and that's technology, and in particular, digital technology. In order to illustrate its effect, I'm going to focus on the Icelandic language, which is spoken by around 321,000 people, most of whom live in Iceland and Ireland in the North Atlantic Ocean. The problem for this language is not the number of speakers, even though this number is more, nor is it about losing words to other languages such as English. In fact, the vocabulary of Icelandic is continually increasing because when speakers need a new word for something, they tend to create one rather than borrowing from another language. All this makes Icelandic quite a special language. It's changed very little in the past millennium, yet it can handle 21st century concepts related to the use of computers and digital technology. Take for example the word for web browser. This is Fafri in Icelandic, which comes from the verb to wander. I can think of a more appropriate term because that's exactly what you do mentally when you browse in the internet. Then there's an Icelandic word for podcast, which is too hard and pronounce, and so on. Icelandic then is alive and growing, but then is a big but. Young Icelanders spend a great deal of time in the digital world, and this world predominant English. Think about smartphone; they didn't even exist until comparatively recently. But today, young people use them all the time to read books, watch TV or films, play games, listen to music, and so on. Obvious, Obviously, this is a good thing in many respects because it promotes their bilingual skill, but the extent of the influence of English in the virtual world is stretching, and it's all happening really fast. For their parents and grandparents, the trend is less concerning because they already have their native speaker skill in Icelandic. But for young speaker, well, the outcome is a little troubling. For example, teachers have found that playground conservation in Icelandic secondary school can be conducted entirely in English, while teachers of much younger children have a report situation where they are classified easier to say what is in a picture using English rather than Icelandic. The very real and worrying consequence of all this is that the young generation in Iceland is at risk of losing its mother tongue. Of course, this is happening to other European languages too, but while internet companies might be willing to offer, say, French option in their system, it's much harder for them to justify the expense of doing the same for language that a population the size of a French town, such as nice. The other drawback of Icelandic is grammar, which is significantly more complex than in most languages. At the moment, the tech giants are simply not interested in tackling this. So what is the Icelandic government doing about this? Well, large sums of money are being allocated to a language technology fund that is or will lead to the development Icelandic source app and other social media and digital system, but clearly this is going beyond a future struggle. On the positive side, they know that Icelandic is still the official language of education, government. It has survived for well over 1,000 years, and experts predict that its future in this nation state is sound and will continue to be so. However, there's no doubt that it's becoming an inevitable second choice in young people's lives. This raises important questions when you consider how much the past is tied up in a language. Will young Icelanders lose their sense of their own identity? Another issue that concerns the government of Icelandic these days. If children are learning two languages through different routes, neither of which they are fully fluent in, will they be able to express themselves properly?